Well, hello, YouTube. So this is going to be a video on my med kit. A little bit about me, because I don't know how I'm going to release these videos. I do armed security for work, as well as training and some other stuff. But right now with COVID, training's slow, so my main job is armed security. So if you're running armed, especially overtly, professionally, you should probably have some sort of medical kit on you. So we're going to go over my medical kit separately from the rest of my duty gear, so I'm filming this first, even though I might film one on my duty gear and release that one first. But so that's why if I'm saying things weird, keep in mind, okay, this is not the end-all be-all kit. This probably doesn't have everything I want in it. I will probably do more upgrading, right? I'm just piecemealing it together, because it can get expensive to do a good medical kit. And also, you know, what you need can vary from what I need, can vary from what somebody else needs, depending on your training, your licenses, your operational environment, you know, how overt or covert it's going to be, right? Tons of factors, all right? So I'm not saying this is what you need your kit to be. And if you're rolling in the comments and saying, well, you need X, Y, and Z because you don't have X, Y, and Z, there's probably a reason there's either a reason I don't have X, Y, and Z that is well thought out, or I will get X, Y, and Z at some time in the future. I just haven't yet, okay? So firstly, tourniquets galore. I have tourniquets everywhere on the outside of this. Actually, no, okay, yeah. So tourniquets galore. They're all cat tourniquets. This one's the oldest one. You can see it's fraying a little bit. This guy I kept the instructions on because there's a chance somebody will need to use this on me while I am incapacitated, and I want them to have an idea of how to use it. So one of these, I kept the instructions with it. That's not for my sake, that's for other people's sake. This attachment point up here is not the best. I should probably take this case off. But anyways, there's 3 tourniquets there. Some argue that's not enough. Oh, so the bag. Okay, so this bag, I was just looking for a fanny pack of a certain size, and I got this. And then, after I bought this, looking around more, it appears that this is a clone of a Maxpedition fanny pack, which is interesting because I own plenty of Maxpedition other packs. This is cheaper than the Maxpedition. But so if you're looking for the pack, I don't remember the name of it, some Chinese brand, but it's a ripoff of it looks like a ripoff of a Maxpedition pack, fanny pack. Now, why a fanny pack? Well, so first of all, you can molly this, or I assume you can. Assuming that these are standard, but it is Chinese made, so who knows? You could molly this to whatever, but I like the fanny pack because you don't want a big pouch on your lower back fixed there, right? You don't want, because sitting on it is awful. If you have to sit down, if you have to drive, holy shit, it's the worst. So with a fanny pack, I keep it kind of loose so I can move it up to the front, which is arguably a better spot anyways. You have better access to your gear. But if I really need to, if I'm standing up and it's really in the way, I can put it at my lower back. These straps will go right behind anything on my duty belt. It's all good to go. So that's why I like the fanny pack. Vest mounted is okay, but belt mounted, in my opinion, is really bad. And because especially if you have a small enough pouch that it's less of an issue. Now, any size pouch in your lower back is gonna suck, but a smaller pouch is gonna suck less. But a smaller pouch isn't gonna hold as much as this. And again, this doesn't hold as much as I would like, right? Medical kit is important when it needs to be important, right? So what do we got in here? Up here, I think is right, so I know my less important stuff's up here. So there's gloves. There's just gloves in here, nitrile gloves, bunches of them, tons of nitrile gloves. I have nitrile gloves on my belt too. When I was doing more public security stuff where I saw the public more, I always had tons of gloves in like cargo pockets. This is the boo-boo kit, right? So this Band-Aids, iodine, like gauze pad, like shitty gauze pads, some tape, whatever. It's not the best boo-boo kit. I just kind of pieced it together from what I had, but it's not a terrible boo-boo kit. There's also a sharp, little mini Sharpie in there. But that's the boo-boo kit. Some of you might be arguing about, or might, I don't know. That's the boo-boo kit, whatever. So up in here is the meat. The meat, which I have extra waterproofed. So back here, I don't want to get into it too much. There are more gloves. There are more trauma shears in there. I have 2 pairs of trauma shears. And then there are the chest seals, okay? Yeah, trauma shears are in there. Chest seals, okay? So the chest seals are in there. In this guy. This is mostly, well, all right, we'll get it. More trauma shears. I have some gauze pads. I don't know why those are in there. So I have Z-fold gauze, packing gauze, compressed gauze. These are also compressed gauze. These are staged. I've heard arguments for and against staging them. One, these are no longer sterile. These are sterile. These were sterile until opened. Here's the thing. If you're packing a wound, a puncture wound, they are already gonna probably get an infection, and the hospital is already going to preemptively put them on antibiotics, all right? So now I'm not gonna go rub these around in the dirt intentionally, right? Beforehand, I'm gonna try to keep them as sterile as possible, but these ones specifically, they had vacuum form packaging, kind of like the Israeli bandages come in, and then another plastic packaging, and then this, right? So to get to those really quick is not gonna happen. And I also bought these before. The North American Rescue gauze are probably better and quicker, but so these are packing gauze that are pre-staged, right? And I have 2 of those, at least 2 of the still compressed ones, and then I have 2 Israeli bandages here. One more staged than another. So they come in, again, most people agree in staging these. So, oh no. Okay, so this is the packaging that those other gauze came in. Oh yeah, also behind the chest seals, I have one of these packages. So just in case I forget, or somebody else is using it, or no, here they are. One of the original packages for these, so it has the instructions on it. So these stupid things, as you can see, this is how they come. So they come in this package, and then this is in that package, and then this is in that package, right? So if you have it in your initial package, you got a lot of packaging to get through, and probably not a lot of time to do so, right? Even though Israeli bandages, pressure bandages, stuff like that are a little less important life-saving kit, right? You've probably got the bleeding at least somewhat under control if you're starting to whip those guys out. But that's it. You know, of course you can have more. That's all I got. Of course you can have more gauze. Gauze are great. I'm not going to get into the argument of hemostatic gauze over these non-hemostatic gauze. If you can afford a lot of hemostatic gauze, awesome, go for it. The thing is that hemostatic gauzes are what? I think right now with the COVID, they're even more expensive and run around $40 to $50 per gauze compared to the non-hemostatic gauze, which are $3 or $4 per gauze, right? So literally 10 times cheaper to not get the hemostatics, and arguably, right, arguably the hemostatic gauze don't do anything, don't help any, arguably. So getting this all back in, I might have to take the tourniquets out to put this all back together. But as you saw, it was all together. So that's my med kit. Again, yours can differ depending on what you're trained in, what you think you need, all that good stuff. But if you're looking to get the basics, right? Tourniquets and gauze. Those are going to be, and packing gauze, not just gauze, right? Packing gauze. Those are going to be your big things. Reputable tourniquets like the Cat or the Soft Tees. There's a few others. Look them up. Reputable tourniquets, packing gauze, right? That will get you for most of your big major bleed problems. Beyond that, it's just extra cool stuff to have that might help, right? But so that's the med kit. All right, have a good one.